me. Do you have any proof? Yesterday afternoon, your teller Jessica, while closing an account for me, explicitly stated that of the 42 cents remaining, she would only return 40. The other 2 cents, she said, didn't matter. I don't believe this was an isolated incident. I believe it's common practice at this branch. 2 cents from thousands of customers can add up to a significant sum. The question is, where did that money go? Mr. Evans immediately shot back. That's absurd. Our bank's accounting is all computerized. Every single cent is accounted for. It's impossible. Is it? I challenged him. Then let's pull up yesterday's cash flow records and the system logs right now. Let's see if my 2 cents were the only unimportant pennies that went missing. The officer seemed to agree. He looked at Mr. Evans. Sir, if you would please cooperate and show us yesterday's records. Mr. Evans nervously fumbled with his tie, pulling it askew. Officer, accessing those kinds of logs requires authorization from corporate. A single branch doesn't have that kind of authority. Don't worry, I interrupted, my voice cool. I've already filed a formal complaint with the banking commission. I imagine their investigators will be here soon enough with all the authorization they need. Mr. Evans stared at me, his mouth hanging open, speechless. I held his gaze. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sophie Pierce. I'm a financial auditor, and tearing through bank records is what I do best. Jessica was detained for 5 days and fined $500 for illegal disclosure of personal information. The very next day, I got a call from the banking commission. They had formed a special task force to investigate my claim of systematic skimming of customer assets. The bank's corporate office reacted swiftly. Mr. Evans was suspended, and a vice president named Coleman called me personally. His tone was incredibly apologetic, promising a full internal investigation and assuring me I would be given a satisfactory resolution. I hung up the phone, not believing a word of it. With institutions this big, the first instinct is always damage control. Sure enough, that evening my phone began ringing off the hook. At first, it was blocked numbers. When I answered, I was met with a torrent of screamed obscenities. I enabled a feature to block all unknown callers. Then came Jessica's friends and family. They'd somehow gotten my number and used it to find every social media profile I had. A woman claiming to be Jessica's cousin sent me over 100 voice messages. How can you be so heartless? You got our Jessica thrown in jail and you still won't let it go? You're going to ruin a young woman's entire future over 2 cents? Are you even human? Have you ever heard of showing a little mercy? Or do you just want to destroy her completely? And of course, there was Jessica's boyfriend. He was more direct. Listen up, you bitch. Drop the charges now or I'll find you and kill you. He sent a selfie of himself holding a baseball bat. In the background, I could clearly see the entrance to my apartment building. I didn't reply. I just screenshotted everything. Then came a text from Mr. Evans. Miss Pierce, let's be reasonable. Jessica has been fired. You got what you wanted. The bank is willing to offer you $50,000 to let this go. Think about it. If you keep pushing this, it won't end well for either of us. You're a young woman with a long career ahead of you. You understand. The threat was clear. I screenshotted that too. They were working fast. New posts were popping up all over Instagram and Reddit. The headlines were all variations on a theme. The ice-cold auditor who drove a bank teller to suicide over 2 cents. Breaking, teller in 2 cent dispute attempts suicide amidst relentless harassment. Is the 2 cent Avenger a hero or a monster? The posts were written with dramatic flair, claiming Jessica had lost her job because of my complaint and, unable to handle my continued persecution, had slit her wrists and was now fighting for her life in the hospital. They included a photo of a wrist wrapped in bloody bandages, the person lying in a hospital bed. It was blurry, but the distinct purple dyed hair was unmistakably Jessica's. The comment section